just like me, belong to be close to you. Yeah, you better turn it on. What? What do you want, woman?
Give me a second. I need something to. I need a drink.
I had too much Little Caesars.
I had too much sugar today.
I had too much Little Caesars.
You know who I'm blaming?
What? Why me? I didn't order Little Caesars.
You influenced me.
How did I influence you?
Because you're like, you could, but like you don't have to. But like you could. But like don't feel like you need to.
Hey, I'm like an alcoholic, okay? Like if there's food, if someone was like, "Oh, I really want to buy a beer," and you're like talking to a guy that like just got out of AA, and they're like, "Oh, you mean you don't have to, but you could?" It's like, you know, of course I'm addicted to that shit, bro. Like, of course I'm gonna.
Oh my god. Okay.
Food addiction is a real problem.
Okay, well.
Welcome back
to
Mansplained. Yeah, well, we didn't plan that out.
With
Ange and Minty.
Minty.
Because why are you?
Because I was gonna say with Minty and Ange.
Yeah, but you still pointed at yourself just now. Yeah, so.
Because it's all about me.
That's actually all about me. That's why it's Minty. Because me, but like I put the inty, whatever.
Wow.
You're not a rapper like I am.
That was unnecessary. Anyway, how's your week?
It's been good. You know, I've been catching up on my reading with Chojin X. It's a manga, so basically like a comic book, but it's Japanese, so you read it like backwards. But it's a manga made by Sui Ishida, which is the same creator from Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul is a very famous manga / anime that's basically about like these creatures. Well, not creatures. They're like humans, but they have like...
Right, so the question was, how was your week?
Wait, no. Okay, so... Wait, I'm finishing. No. Hear me out. And so...
The biggest
now
tangent.
I'm reading Sui Ishida's
You're going to confuse
Chojin
everybody.
X. I'm reading Sui Ishida's Chojin X now.
Okay.
I'm on chapter 11, or volume 11, which is Chojin are basically people who have superpowers. Not so much like body parts, and they're not cannibalistic. They're just like people that have superpowers. And it's like, it's really cool. They're different concepts. They're very nice, and they have rules, which I like. So I recommend it. Yeah, I recommend it. I mean, I haven't seen further, but like it does have some gory parts. Also, furthermore, my week's been pretty good. My family came to visit.
Right.
So I spent a good amount of time with them. They live elsewhere. They live in Mexico City. We live in Monterrey, which is up north. And some of them live in Boston. So it's really nice to like see my folks.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Minty in like a month.
Yeah.
Because I'm not allowed to come to the house.
Yeah, she's not allowed. She's my dirty little secret. No. But I didn't really hang out with anyone. Like, not even you. It was just like everyone.
I thought for sure you would at least like want to hang out and do something for your birthday, but then I realized you don't celebrate really.
Yeah, I really don't celebrate. Like, I think the only like the highlight of my birthday isn't much like my birthday, but rather like the food, and like I get to choose where we go to. So it's like Cheesecake Factory.
For sure.
Always Cheesecake Factory.
But
actually, not.
I was gonna say at least she like updated and stayed in contact, but no, not really.
With my family?
With your friends.
And well, they were here now. Like no one. I'm sorry, but I'm a family person. Like,
so I texted Minty last week about the podcast and being like, we need to come up with a plan. We need to do this. Didn't hear from him for a whole week. And that was it. I was like, and then all of a sudden, like 2 days before we were supposed to hang out again, hey, so like, hey, man. like nothing new. I'm like, okay, it's been a week. Where have you been, sir?
What art thou talking about? Yeah, no, you're right.
So your family came to visit for like a month. And?
And yeah, freaking. Oh, I also did some like oil paintings, and I'm basically finishing them up. Hopefully, by the time that we upload this video, I can share some images of the art I'm doing. It's oil painting. Oil painting is hella good. It's definitely a medium that I'm getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because like used to like acrylic and drawing, and it's those kinds of arts where like, if you fuck up, you can like correct it later by like just like erasing or like scratching over it. Meanwhile, oil painting, if you don't like where it's going, you can't really change it until the paint dries up a week later. So it requires more patience. It requires more technique. So I'm learning how to use that, and I think I'm doing pretty decent. You've seen some of the images that I've been working on.
They're all nude women.
They're not nude women. All right. I don't have the privilege of having a female model yet.
Yeah, Minty's actually the model.
Yeah,
for
actually,
the everyone else.
Yeah, they were drawing zoos.
He's the nude woman.
Yeah, I am the nude woman. Yeah, plot twist. I just wore a wig. I go to like the art classes just wearing a wig, and they're like, what? Is that a penis? And I'm like, no. It's actually just like a birthmark.
You're like, don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
I'm like, it's a birthmark.
It's a birthmark. It's an extra organ.
Yeah, but my titties are just as real. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, how was your week?
My week has been good. I've been doing the most exciting of things.
What?
Working. Running.
Okay.
And working out, which is different from running.
Right. It's like between working and running. Like working
and also planning the podcast. I've been really excited about getting it started, doing a lot of research. But yeah. I've been using my runs actually because I have a 3 hour run tomorrow.
Yeah, don't you do like half marathons?
Yeah, I'm going to use that to like not scope the competition because that sounds weird, but like get inspiration. You know what I mean?
Get an idea. Yeah.
That's, yeah. Normally I don't listen to anything on my runs, which some people tell me I'm psychotic, but it's fine.
I
don't listen to music.
Yeah, you keep yourself motivated by just like...
Yeah, because you're like, you have to stay in it. Whereas I think music distracts you, which some people are like, well, that's the point. But then other times it's like, then you don't really love the sport.
Yeah, because you're going on airplane mode. You're basically just like dissociating. Like, because it's such a hassle that you're dissociating by listening to music. Yeah. Which is kind of like what I was going through with like weightlifting, because like, I do weightlifting. I don't know if you could tell, but anyways... Yeah, she's staring at me very judgingly.
Minty hasn't been to the gym in like...
Okay, I went there. I went there last Monday. And
but you don't go every day anymore.
Saturday before that. Yeah, I'm trying to go like at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah, you don't go every day anymore.
No, but I do really effective workouts. Like I'm doing like, I don't know what they're called exactly, but they're switches, but also like pyramid. So basically like I will do like a quick warm up, which is like doing a workout, like just the bar. And then I'll put like half of the weight that I want to max out with. Okay. And then like, I'll just do like 3 sets of 8 with like the highest weight I can do those reps and sets with. Right. And then I'll like, just like do like a crazy sets where like, I'll just like do as much as I can, but like slowly lowering the weight. Right. Until basically like my muscles are out of energy. Like I genuinely reached like 160 beats per minute by just doing weights, because I'm doing like really like, yeah, I don't know if it's called aerobic. No, anaerobic.
Anaerobic is without like oxygen. It would be like swimming.
Okay, yeah, no, then that's...
Aerobic is like with oxygen.
Okay, yeah, I was doing like aerobic, like high aerobic.
You're building your aerobic base. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, but like...
We get it. You're a gym rat.
Yeah, I am.
He's a gym bro. He doesn't shut up about it. He even worked in a gym.
I did. If you listen to last week's episode, I worked at a gym where I learned how to have effective customer relations management skills, and yeah, it was crazy.
We get it. You're an extrovert.
All my fucking colleagues, like they try to fuck the clients. I did it once. Not a good idea. Like never shit where you eat.
Literally, I told Minty, I was like, just be careful. Like, you're gonna be around a lot of attractive women. You're gonna be seeing a lot of things that, will make you interested, but be super careful.
Wait, I was careful enough. Like,
Literally
it was
did-
just one person.
Did not care about my advice.
And it was one person. I mean, like, it's not bad because at the end of the day, there was like no actual problem, no actual issue, like nothing that could like, you know, morally or legally or morally like could affect me
Okay.
in those ways. It's just that, you know, I realized like if this person frequents at this gym and you break up with them, then it kind of fucks things up, and also like it ruins the vibe, you know, like then your workplace kind of becomes dreadful, and yeah, it's just not worth it. And also like
yeah.
I also realized like for a month or two before I started taking oil painting classes, like I realized like my whole personality was becoming a gym rat and working at a gym, and all my
Yeah.
time was being spent at the gym.
For sure.
And then I had like this moment of like this epiphany where I was like, I can choose to be more than just a gym rat. Like I can also go back to like my artistic side and like, you know, start painting, continue writing, make music.
yeah.
You know, my personality doesn't have to revolve around my work or anything related to it.
My personality does.
Yeah.
My personality revolves around work, and that's it.
Yeah, being a nurse. No, you're not a nurse. You're a practitioner. A medical
Nothing wrong with being a nurse, by the way, but
Yeah.
like, get it right.
It was, what do I call it? ER people.
Doctor. I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor, but like at the ER, right? Or the thing you.
Well, that was one of the rotations I had. You
Ah.
have to rotate through all the different specialties. So, like, ER is one of them, gynecology, pediatrics,
I thought you wanted to. Oh, okay. Well,
internal med. Do you know what I want to specialize in?
like emergencies, like the ambulance, right?
No.
No, not anymore.
No.
I remember that was like 5 years ago.
That's
what you
in my top 3. So, I'm getting ready to take my residency exam in September,
Uh huh.
which, by the way, will either be in Mérida, Puebla, Hermosillo.
Yeesh. Anyways.
No, there are 2 others that are like the most dangerous.
Oh,
part.
Juarez.
Juarez, and I forgot the 5th one.
Tijuana? No.
No, it's like León, Guanajuato.
What? Yeah, that's actually yeah. I mean,
But
I would say Durango is like.
They don't give
the
you
most
choice.
dangerous
Like, they just
states.
assign it to you. Anyway, the point of the story
Yeah, if you
is,
get assigned to one of those, like just just move somewhere else. Like
yeah, you can't like reject. Like, obviously, you can reject it and just take it again next year, but you can't choose like where you take your exam.
yeah, that's fucked.
But anyway, so it would just be for like a weekend or something. But the top 3 that I'm going with now are internal medicine.
Uh huh.
So if anyone's ever seen like Dr. House, that's basically what he is. He's like a diagnostician, whatever. The second one is geriatrics.
Mhm.
Do you know what that is?
You work with people named Jerry.
Super special part of medicine.
Yeah.
No, geriatrics is specializing in medicine of older patients, usually older than 65, because I really like that demographic, and I feel like it's a very underserved population.
Yeah, Jerry is such an old person name. That actually
It
makes
really
sense.
is. Like Ruth,
Yeah, Ruth, Jerry,
Jerry,
Gerald.
Gerald, and then the third one is emergency
Shireen.
medicine.
Who? What?
The third one is emergency medicine.
Oh, yeah. Emergency medicine. Anyways, with all that being said, we're gonna go into some
Reddit.
read it. Yeah, we're gonna
Read it.
Yeah, read it stories. Read it, woman.
We're gonna read it.
We're gonna
Okay.
read it Reddit.
Okay, so this one is, am I overreacting? So for bringing up how there was mold on my, what's BFF mean?
Best friends forever.
Oh, best friend forever shower curtain. Okay. Oh my goodness, am I your BFF? No. Okay, cool.
No comment.
Me and my best friend, we were both 16, had a sleepover a week ago or so. I took a shower at her house because mine is being renovated and there are small specks of mold throughout her shower curtain, and it kind of grossed me out. I had originally already noticed it a few months ago, but decided to be more confrontational about it. Okay, she can't write. Okay. She lives in a very good neighborhood, and her parents and grandparents earn enough money to have luxury stuff sometimes. I myself live alone with my mom and in an average neighborhood. The reason I bring this up is that when pointing out the mold, she said something along the lines of, I don't have the kind of luxury you have. Even though I pointed out she has a cleaning lady, and she stated how the lady only cleans the outside of things, in quotations. Overall, she was just acting very defensive instead of understanding or concerned. This also might be TMI, but her mom had recently gotten an infection, and it is assumed because she was taking a bath in which there's mold. I just think it's unfair to act like she's the victim in such a small circumstance, and it makes me feel And it makes me feel as me pointing out a very obvious thing to fix just by putting in the washing machine is too complicated for her or her family. Okay, that sounds like just fucked me up. Okay. I only brought this up because her health/condition can be so much better. I have wanted to reach out again, but like I said, I'm not a very confrontational person, so I've just been angry about it from the inside. I'd like to believe I'm in the right to be upset, but is it insensitive to feel that she is playing the victim?
Okay. What do you think?
I don't think it's a victim mentality type of situation. I think she could just be very sensitive about it. It's very sensitive when it comes to things like cleanliness. Like, think about it. If someone tells you, go take a shower, I think you have, like, a smell about you. It's a very sensitive topic, and the person is likely going to be defensive. That doesn't make them a victim or have a sort of victimized mentality. I think it is a sensitive topic because when it comes to cleanliness, some people just don't know. And I don't, obviously, if they're not aware of it or how to deal with it, you coming from a place of being like, hey, like, it depends on how she approached it too. If she approached it like, hey, like, I noticed this with your shower curtain. It has like it's growing some stuff. Have you thought about like asking like your cleaning lady to bleach it or something? Like, I feel like that's not like a hard ask. I don't know how her friend reacted to it. If she was like, we can't be friends because of this, or maybe she was just embarrassed.
Yeah, I think so.
I think maybe it was just like embarrassment.
I think when it comes to personal hygiene, there's a lot. It's like very taboo. Like, unfortunately, I didn't learn about proper dental care until way later, and so like I would get cavities because like I wasn't taught at home how to brush my teeth or like how to properly clean yourself in certain regions.
Yeah.
Simply because like we don't really talk about those things and everyone has different habits.
Yeah.
I think the fact that she does have a cleaning person, in my opinion, at least like in the US, like a cleaning person costs a good amount of money. Like they're not they're not cheap. But either way, like I think she could have just been like, hey, like your shower curtain is a little like moldy, would you like me to like help you out with it?
Yeah.
Or like, could you ask your like, I think it'd be good if your cleaning lady could like check over there too and like help you out with like cleaning those things. Because if she does have a cleaning lady, then it's like, okay, well then, there's clearly someone who's doing the job of cleaning.
Right.
So like, why
is there still mold here if that's an issue? Yeah, for sure. And just like one thing to add on to that, the only thing I didn't like about that was the dig that her friend made. Again, it could come from a place of feeling attacked and like embarrassed, of being like, well, I don't have the kind of luxury you have. It has nothing to do with luxury. It has to do with like getting a cup of bleach, dealing with it for your safety. Like, it's a well-known thing, like black mold or any mold in your house is not healthy. It's very bad for your respiratory system. So you have to deal with that. It's not like, oh, there's been a little stain on your carpet. Like, what the heck? That's so unclean. No, it's like, there's mold growing on your shower curtain. Let's like deal with this. So I don't like that she was like, well, I don't have the kind of luxury you have. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Excuse me, princess, but
yeah,
Alpha Wolf doesn't have that kind of luxury.
And they have a cleaning lady, so they have some sort of level of
but I do think
luxury.
But I do think at the end of the day, it's like not her place to insist. Like she can call it out and be like, hey, like,
and what she chooses
like,
to do with that,
and like the moment she's like, hey, like, okay, I understand, but I don't want to do it, then you back off. You're like, okay,
for sure.
At least now she knows.
Yeah.
So I think I wouldn't say overreacting, but I also would say like it's a sensitive topic. I think she could have handled it a little better. Again, they're both 16, so like.
And both girls.
Yeah, and she's doing it out of like a kind place. Like she's being like, I care about you and like your health, but also like.
And also the situation with her mom, like her mom getting an infection because of something in the bathtub.
But she has to understand like it's just a sensitive topic.
It is.
Anyways,
it's a very sensitive
topic. We're gonna go to the next story. Am I the butt face? Which is kind of like, am I the asshole? But there are different rules.
Is this like for children?
No, it's just like am I like
am I the butt face?
Yeah, no. A lot of subreddits have certain rules where it's like, oh, like you can't talk about this topic or you can talk about this topic or blah blah blah. And so it's am I the butt face has other rules. So Am I the butt face for being inconvenienced by my mother's emergency surgery? A while ago, my mother was rushed into surgery because of appendicitis. No one expected it, but luckily she came through the surgery fine. On the day she went to the hospital, I was asked to bring her the things she needed for her stay. First, I walked to her boyfriend's house to get her things. Next, I drove an hour to her home, picked up her car, and drove to the hospital. When I arrived, she had just gotten out of recovery. After a while, she sent me shopping and back to her house because her boyfriend hadn't packed the right things. After dropping everything off, I drove home. In total, I was on the road for about 12 hours. The next day was Father's Day. I'm from Germany. Father's Day was May 14th. While I didn't have plans with my parents, I did have some friends, a hike in the morning and a small barbecue in the afternoon. Since I didn't know whether my mother would be released that day, I didn't want to be far from the car, so I canceled the hike just in case. Around noon, she called to tell me she wouldn't be released that day. While I was at the barbecue, however, I started getting messages about how nice it is to be alone during a holiday and things like that. The next problem were her 2 untrained dogs, who obviously still needed to be taken care of. The plan was for me to pick up her boyfriend after his shift around 10 p.m., drive him to her house, and let him take care of them. I still ended up helping with the walk and didn't get home until around 2 a.m. The next day, I kept my schedule completely free so I could leave it at a moment's notice. In the afternoon, I got the call, picked her up, drove her home, waited while she got her things, and then drove her to her boyfriend's house. Obviously, recovery takes time after surgery, so no walking her dogs or drive for another 2 weeks. That meant I would be the one driving her around and taking care of the dogs most of the time. The dogs alone would be at least 4 hours time investment each day if everything went well. So I tried talking to my mother about hiring a dog walker. Too expensive. I suggested asking other people too. There's no one else. I suggested a dog walker again, even if it was only every few days. Still too expensive. In the end, she took the car back from me the next day, despite me trying to talk her out of it. And I didn't hear from her for a few days. But then we finally spoke again. She got really mad when the topic of the hospital came up. She said things like, "Next time I won't even tell you if I'm in the hospital, and I'm sorry for being such an inconvenience." Basically, she made me feel like an asshole for not having unlimited time to drive around and take care of everything. Sorry if this is a bit rambly. I hope it makes sense. So am I the buttface for not helping her more after her surgery? All right.
Narcissism. By the mother. I'm sorry for being such an inconvenience.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That line right there is a little crazy. Am I the buttface for what?
Am I the buttface for not helping her more after her surgery? I think. Oh, this is a complicated one.
This one's difficult.
Yeah, I think. For one part, I think they could have sought after solutions.
Yeah.
Also, like, what happened to the boyfriend? Why can't he walk the dogs, for example?
Yeah.
Or like, why can't he drive her around? Like, where does it have to be exclusively the daughter?
And when they said emergency, I thought she meant like going in that day. It sounds like they knew about this beforehand to where they could have planned something out afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
I get the whole it's too expensive, but I don't know. Was the daughter offering to pay for a dog walker, or was she just saying you should get a dog walker?
Yeah, she said like we could get a dog walker, and she said too expensive. And so someone actually asked, why are you taking her BF to work? It's one thing to help your mom. It's something else to drop your plans for her boyfriend. Did I mistype somewhere? Please tell me if I did. I didn't take him to work. I picked him up after to bring him to the docks. He doesn't have a license, and public transportation wouldn't have been able to bring him there okay. So one thing is he doesn't have a license to drive, so the OP, which is the original poster, did have to I guess the driving part, yeah, like I guess it's her job, but I think when it comes to the dogs, I think he can walk the dogs. Like, I feel like if I was in a position where like, and also I'm a grown adult, right? But like, if I'm in a position where I can be with my girlfriend and help her out, especially like walking dogs and she can lend me her car.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'd be like, hell yeah, you know? But I don't know. I think there can be other people. Like, she clearly has, you know, her boyfriend who can help her, and maybe she could have some friends, maybe some other relatives. You know, I think there's too much responsibility on, I don't know if it's daughter or...
Sounds like the daughter, because
Yeah.
she said, oh, we don't know if it's son or daughter. No,
Yeah.
I think it's a daughter. But
yeah, I mean, most of the people here say, like, not the butt face. Some people said everyone sucks here, but most is not the butt face. So
I think the daughter was trying to come up with solutions, and the mother was just like, no, no, no.
yeah,
So that's really tough, like, because, you know, you're trying to come up with something and you feel bad, right? Because the mother's already having to go through surgery, so you're just trying to handle everything, so the mother doesn't have to worry about much when she's out of the hospital. But I don't know. It just, you know, and then just to take the dogs and be like, I'm sorry for being such an inconvenience.
well, yeah, it's like she is. Yeah, I mean, it's a little manipulative.
You know, and yeah, I don't know. I think she was trying, but there's no winning in that situation.
Yeah.
It's tough, especially if it's like, if there's already kind of an odd dynamic between the two.
Yeah.
So, okay. Am I the butt face for ruining my mom's 60th anniversary because I refused to spend $150 on a cake my siblings demanded? Okay. I'm a 29-year-old female. I'm a high-end baker, and I'm tired of my family treating my kitchen like a charity. For my mom's anniversary, my siblings, who are 32 female and 26 male, demanded a 3-tier custom cake with gold leaf. The ingredients alone cost $150. I offered my labor as a gift, but asked them to split the grocery bill. It would have been $50 each. They went nuclear and told my mom I was trying to invoice her for a gift. Mom called me crying about how I was acting like a business instead of a daughter. I tried to explain that I'm saving for car repairs and cannot drop $150 on a party favor, but they just called me selfish. I brought flowers instead. They bought a $20 grocery store cake and spent the dinner making comments about how the party felt cheap because of me. My sister even blocked me on Instagram, and I'm currently eating a piece of toast and wondering if I'm actually the butt face for having financial boundaries. All right. This one's an obvious... She's not the butt face.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, but I am thinking, like, I think it kind of depends. I mean, I think for one part, yeah, like, oh man, I'm a little conflicted. I mean, it's not that, like, I guess it's like the intention. I think more than anyone, I think it's like the worst people here are definitely the siblings, because they're like putting all the blame on her.
They could have compromised on a cheaper cake.
They could have compromised on just paying $50 if like price didn't matter or something like that. Like,
yes.
Yeah, it's like it could be like a 3-person gift.
Yeah.
Like, we all like contributed to this. We wanted to make it extra special. We know you love this flavor. This is all for you, you know. And like we put in the money. Don't worry about it. That's for one. I do think. I mean, I don't know how much this girl is earning. Some people are very successful with baking. Other people aren't. From what I'm gathering, like, you know, is it a she? Right?
She's 29 female.
Yeah. So she's also like, you know, she's also like dealing with her own expenses. So if she's saving up, then that means that like she can't really afford it. Like if it was like, for example, like a dying grandpa's birthday, maybe. Like I'd be like, well, yeah, like, you know, memories are
super special occasion. Yeah.
But if it's like for a birthday, I think the brothers could have also contributed, and to immediately blame her and be like, yeah, like she just wanted to invoice you for a birthday gift. It's like, no, I was invoicing my brothers who were demanding me to like do this. It was their idea. So it's like, I feel like the way it was handled was very poor. I think it's also like that like sibling rivalry where it's like they kind of put all the blame on each other, which is like very common. It's like, like, oh, like this is what I want, and you know, you're putting like certain rules or boundaries, then we're gonna cancel it. Like it's nullified, and it's your fault, and I'm gonna tell mom that it's your fault.
That's the other thing, getting the mom involved.
Yeah. Like
they're not, it's a 32-year-old, 29 and 26-year-old. They couldn't have figured that out amongst themselves. Go with a cheaper cake, get a grocery store cake like they did, and decorate it with some fancier decorations. None will be the wiser. I don't know. People are crazy.
Yeah, some of these people, they do be crazy. Let me see. But yeah, I think it definitely, like, especially like their age range, it definitely it's giving like young adults who are just, they're lacking maturity. I think the middle sibling, because like I think she is the middle sibling.
She's the middle, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like that thing where it's like it's like the rebellious thing. I think because she's the middle sibling, she's kind of like a little more like cool-headed. Meanwhile, the other two are a little more like impulsive. I've seen this like in my own family too. Like my mom is like the middle child, and it's actually, I think the ages are actually the same kind of, where it's like the younger brother, and yeah, it's like the brother is the youngest, the sister is the oldest, and they kind of have that same dynamic where like the middle child sets like a boundary, and it's like, hey, like no, we can, and like a boundary and a solution, and then like they'll be like, oh, you've ruined it, and this is your fault, and like they'll tell mom, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But love. Shout out to my uncles. I love them. But yeah.
Oh, I thought you were reading something. I was like, what?
Yeah. Anyways, so the next story is: am I the butt face for thinking I was in an abusive relationship?
Okay.
I go back and forth if my ex was abusive or not, or just didn't love me as much. What do you think? He was highly dishonest, telling me fake facts about where he grew up and where his family lived, keeping me in the dark too much of his life. He told me he was going to stop talking to two guys that mistreated me, then maintain a close friendship with them behind my back. A month into dating, I was house sitting alone for a weekend, and he wanted to come over. I told him I wanted to, but we couldn't since my parents hadn't met him yet. He took this as a rejection and used it against me as a reason to act colder and fall out of love. I've been told this may be emotional manipulation, teaching me that saying no to him is bad. He would often show our friends way more attention than me, almost ignoring me. I told him many times it hurt, but he invalidated my feelings every time. I later found out he was doing it a bit on purpose at times, since he was upset at me and holding resentment. In times his lies weren't adding up. I would ask him about it, and he'd say things to make me feel like I was the problem. Do you just want to make my day worse? I can't take your anxiety anymore. You just want me to look like a bad person. It sucks you think I'm a bad person. I can't handle you. You're too anxious for anyone to reason with. He later admitted to his lies, which means all these and similar were said to me with him knowing I correctly caught him in a lie. At the end, he said his lies didn't matter because we didn't work out, and his treatment didn't matter because he didn't really love me. But it hurt that he coldly said that, but he was honest. Maybe I can't fault him for not loving me. Jesus fucking.
I mean,
damn.
You can go first.
Yeah, like
I have my thoughts.
I think what really stands out is at the end he said his lies didn't matter because we didn't work out. So like, had they worked out, they mattered. Like, what the fuck? Like this, I feel like this has to be made up. Like this has to be a lie itself. Because yeah, like all these hints are like, if he was if he had the intent to hurt your feelings, yeah, that's not the best.
I mean, there are many forms of abuse.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this falls more under the umbrella of manipulation.
Yeah.
Emotional manipulation, gaslighting, if you will.
Yeah. It's like he comes clean as like, yeah, well, I lied, but because we didn't work out, it didn't matter.
And I never that's like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that one left me a bit speechless.
Yeah, I am very sure. Like some of these are fake, and I feel like this one has to be fake. I mean, like,
okay, I didn't know that. I thought these were all real.
I mean, don't always trust what's on the internet, but like, I mean, there is a possibility that this is real. We don't know.
But like, if it is, that's.
But it's like you're writing out. Like literally, like you could even ask ChatGPT like if that's abusive, and it'll tell you yes.
Yeah.
You'll ask anyone. I mean, everyone's like saying like no, not the butt face, because clearly there is a
problem. Yeah, it's very clear.
Person.
not the bud face, but more needs some common sense, I guess.
But I feel really bad for her in case this is real. Like,
if it is real, I feel really bad for her that she was in that type of relationship.
Yeah, and like I can kind of see her like not realizing it yet that like it's a abusive relationship, just because she's asking, but secondly she's like blatantly writing them out and being like, I'm still not sure. Like, I feel like
Sometimes you have to reason things out to
Yeah.
yourself. Or she could be in denial, be like, I hope this wasn't abusive, because otherwise that would be really, like, fucked up.
Yeah, that'd be really mean. I was like, man, yeah.
Okay, cool. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not letting my kid go on vacation? Okay.
Me, for real.
My daughter, who's 15, was invited to go on a week-long vacation. Her aunt N and Uncle W take their son to STEM camp and then treat their daughter to a week-long vacation every summer, and this year invited my daughter. The problem is they invited her without ever talking to me about it and only brought it up to me 2 months later, acting like it was already agreed to. I do not have a relationship with them. They're her dad's relatives, and I said no. Here's where I might be the asshole. They used to be my best friends. About 2 years ago, I took my ex to court for unpaid child support during the ensuing court battle. Oh my God, is this written by my mother?
I was thinking about my mom too.
W was a lawyer, offered him legal advice and support that directly contradicted the well-being of my kids. I asked for some distance while the court case was ongoing after W, who's the uncle, talked to the kids about it without me being present, and they quit talking to me completely. Okay, so since then, they've lied to my niece and nephew about me, only talked to my kids to invite them over, and ignored me at the few celebrations that have meant being in the same place at the same time. I'm okay with that, and I'm happy to facilitate the kids seeing each other, but I do not want my child traveling for a week across state lines with people I don't have a relationship with, especially since I don't trust them. While my daughter understands, I feel guilty about saying no, so am I the household? This one's super easy. No.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's like, if it's under her custody, like, she gets to choose what she wants. Also, like, I think the fact that the divorce, altered their relationship, because I believe, like, sometimes you can have former in-laws who you get along with.
For sure.
Because it's like, hey, like, I get it, like, your relationship with, like, my brother, my cousin, my whatever, like, didn't work. But I'm gonna be, like, mature about this and, like, have, like, a decent relationship with you. Like, my children love to hang out with your children.
Yeah.
And, like, let's keep it civil. Like, instead of it being, like, thinking about, like, the family and the divorce, we can just be like, hey, like, now that there's no family connection in that sense, we can just kind of be like uncles or even like friends, right? Like, or we don't even have to get along, but just be respectful. And the fact that, like, they're lying about her and spreading rumors, maybe, like, to her children, that could definitely affect not only her relation, like, her child's relation to their cousins, but rather also, like, their her child and hers relationship.
Yeah.
Because then, like, maybe, like, they'll say, like, a comment or something, and then, like,
influence her child negatively. I totally get that. It also really depends, because this is from the mother's perspective. A lot of times when it comes to divorces, I think the parent who doesn't have as much of a support system will feel very vulnerable and feel like they're being attacked, especially if something's happening with their children. And so they become even more defensive and overprotective than usual. But I don't think that's the case here. I think that she has a good reason. She's not saying, I don't want you to go with them because you're my ex's family. It's more like, I'm completely fine with them still being in my daughter or son's life, but they've done this happened at court. Didn't she say, like, they lied and said something about her in court, and they lied to her kids and say whatever? So no, I think you're not the asshole, whoever wrote this. You're completely justified to protect your child, and yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I mean, it was overwhelmingly not the asshole. So next story. This one is good. Am I the asshole for prioritizing my daughter's recital over a funeral?
Oof.
My daughter, a 5-year-old, had a dance recital on Saturday. Her dance studio scheduled everything a couple of months ago, so my husband and I were prepared to attend. Last Wednesday, my father informed me his mother-in-law, his wife's mother, had passed away and the funeral would be on Saturday. He said that he and his wife wanted me to attend it with my family, but would settle for just me. I'll be honest, I didn't want to go. I didn't have a close relationship with my father's mother-in-law, and my kids saw her once a year at most. But I don't mind attending it if it weren't for my daughter's recital. The funeral would take place in a different city, a very short flight away, which my father had offered to cover, so it wouldn't be possible to attend both. I offered my condolences, but said my daughter had a dance recital on Saturday and my family wouldn't be able to attend the funeral. My father said he understood why I couldn't take my children, though his wife was disappointed I wouldn't just tell my daughter's dance studio that there had been a family emergency. In spite of that, they both thought I should still go on my own. They said that my husband could attend the recital on his own and missing one of my daughter's events when I'm there for everything else wouldn't be a big deal.
Okay.
And that she's so young that she probably wouldn't remember it anyway. Mm-hmm. She'd have more recitals in the future, but the funeral would only happen once. I stood my ground. Mm-hmm. Saturday came, I attended my daughter's dance recital. Both my father and his wife were radio silent all day, and I chose not to bother them. My father finally called me yesterday and said he had an argument. He said his wife was inconsolable because her mother loved me and my children, and it broke her heart that we weren't there to say our goodbyes. He also said he was disappointed at how dismissive I'd been of his wife and her family, and he couldn't believe I'd refused to make such a small sacrifice for someone who would drop everything to do the same for me. I continued to stand by what I did. I understand her passing was sudden and the funeral was rushed, but I had made a commitment to my daughter and I wanted to honor it. My father said she would be old enough to understand that her mom had something more important to do. Am I the asshole?
Okay. This is the child's grandmother who passed?
Her
great-grandmother.
Well, it's not her great-grandmother by blood. So it's basically her grandfather's mother-in-law.
Okay.
Because from what I'm gathering,
But she had a relationship with the child.
Sort of. They only saw each other once a year.
I think this is going to be, really deep, I guess. But... and if you all don't believe in this type of thing, that's totally fine. But I do. And I've seen a lot of mediums at work. And, I think the general sentiment is that they just want the people who are left behind to be happy.
Right.
And to be filled with love. And I think that I do remember things from when I was 5.
Yeah.
It's not 3 years old that you don't remember anything at all. I think it's not the fact that you don't go to one and that there are a whole bunch of other ones that you'll be able to attend, but you can just miss this one. I think, not wanting to disappoint the daughter you have and then not going to a funeral of someone who, I don't know, I think that this person who's passed away would be okay with her mother having made that choice. I think she'll understand, and I think the rest of the family, grieving is a strange process. I think a lot of this maybe has to come from a place of hurt and not knowing where to place their unresolved feelings.
Right.
So I don't think this person is the asshole. I don't think the dad who's arguing with her is an asshole either. Right. I think they're just very raw emotions happening. Mm-hmm. And the mother had to make a hard, I won't say difficult, but she had to make a hard decision. And, I don't think she's a bad person for having made that decision.
Right.
Now, if the grandmother was dying and in the hospital bed and wanted to see them for the last time, and the mother decided, nope, we're going to go to the recital instead, that's a little bit different.
Oh, yeah.
But this is very different. You can honor someone's life or celebrate someone's life through other means than gathering around in a graveyard and being with other people. You can do that within your own heart, within your own home,
Right.
by yourself. It doesn't need that huge gathering to be able to honor your past loved ones. So that's my thought on that one.
Okay, yeah. I mean, in short, for me, it's a very easy choice because, for one, during their development stage, like, kids will remember, like, these things.
For
like,
sure.
Especially, like, if you're 5, you're still, like, they say, like, from your first day all the way to till you're 5, basically, like, I think 60 to 80% of your whole personality is built. So, like, if something traumatic happens, then that's going to affect you for a really long time.
Right.
In that situation, like, you know, your parent not showing up to your recital would definitely have severe consequences, psychologically speaking. I think funerals are more for, well, one person said it very well here. It's like, funerals are for the people who are grieving, not so much for the dead person, because the dead person is already dead. They're a carcass. Like, you're going to see a carcass being put underground, right? And it's not like to like diminish the importance of funerals. They're very important. We always got to respect the dead. We always got to mourn them. But at the end of the day, like you said, you know, I don't know about like the whole spiritual thing, but I think if there is a spiritual world or all of that, I think, you know, the mother-in-law would understand and be like, yeah, like, she loves her daughter, and, you know, like, this was rushed. So I understand, and I'm happy that, you know, like, she decided to show up for her daughter and be there when she needs her, because especially like doing a recital when you're a kid, it's like terrifying. So like, you know, I remember when I was little, and it's really sad, but like, I remember sometimes when I would like do recitals, like, I guess I just didn't know where my mom was, but maybe like I remember like looking for her, you know. And so like and I was like little. It was before I was even 5, and so like I think that affects your psyche a lot.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, so I think not the asshole at all.
I think she just, you know, she made the right call. She made the right call. Your child always comes first.
Yeah.
You know, and especially at that age, you try your best and you do your best, but yeah.
Yeah, but you don't really watch soccer, do you?
Have
you been watching the World Cup?
This year I have been, just because I'm surrounded by people who won't shut up about it.
Yeah, well, they'll shut up pretty soon.
And so I don't know, like where I work, they set up like the big TV and they got like tacos. Like I can't obviously eat them, but
have you been watching the matches though? Or like parts of them?
I have been watching. I watched the first one, which was between Mexico and South Africa.
Yeah.
I watched Thursday's game, which was Mexico and Korea.
Right.
And I watched the highlights because I could not sit through a 3-hour game.
Yeah,
because the attention span just isn't there for something that I don't really care that much about.
No, that's sort of relatable. Yeah. The reason why is because I'm gonna say it. Mexico will make it past its category group. I think it's already leading with 6 points.
They usually say Mexico usually gets past the first round, but then
they get
bombs
shattered.
it. Yeah,
they're like, but it's not like they flop it. It's just like, simply put, the way they're playing, and I'm gonna call it out, you know, but the way they're playing is just not enough. Like, Mexico is a good team, but they're playing against outstanding teams.
Yeah,
they're playing against
World Cup previous winners,
the best of the best, right? Like, Mexico is a good team by itself. South Korea is a good team. South Africa is a good team. You know, they're good.
We haven't seen like an Argentina matchup.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Germany matchup.
Well, I've seen the games with like Brazil and like, you know, and it's crazy because Brazil is like off, kind of like it's slightly off, even though they just scored like 3-0 against Haiti. Which, by the way, 3-0 against Haiti is like bad because like they've scored 7-1 before. You know, like
whoa.
So, you know, even when they're off, they're still playing way better than Mexico. And you can tell because of their strategy. Like, Mexico's playing, they're kind of just like passing the ball.
Okay.
And passing time.
Yeah.
And then, however, when they are on the offensive, they just keep passing it, but they always pass it out.
Okay.
Towards the corners.
Yes.
Which makes it really hard to penetrate because when you're like towards the outfield or towards like the corners, then you have to kind of do like a rush to like go towards the center and
Yeah.
shoot it in. But if you like go into the center, there's gonna be already a lot of defense. So like what I've been seeing from the teams that are really good, that are playing excellent, is first, yeah, they pass a lot, but mostly like the touch, like receiving the ball, like once the ball is passed, they manage to like get it, catch it, and like keep it in their tempo and just like rush past and like shoot. And they tend to stay with like towards the middle of the field. They don't go out, because if you go out, you have two options. You either rush towards the center, or you have to, shoot towards the middle and like have another player kick it in.
Yeah.
However, that is way harder. That is much harder and requires a lot more luck than just trying to go and blitz it towards the middle. you know? But yeah, I'm gonna get fucking killed after this. I know that, because my compatriots. But yeah, it's the football, like the soccer season, it's gonna end pretty soon, and
I hope so.
yeah, like
Because like it's great. Like
Alright.
I know it's a big event. It happens every 4 years. It's like the Olympics, and it's a big deal when your country is in it. Which, from what I understand, Mexico's pretty much always in it, but they don't always advance, right?
yeah,
And I totally understand that. I get the hype. Like, everyone's patriotism come out. Like, there's always this joke in the U.S. of, like, you don't really know where someone's from until, like, the World Cup. And then people have, like, their Italian jerseys or, like, their whatever jerseys from wherever country their family's from. And so, like, that's kind of fun seeing, like, everyone's, like, that coming out. But it's kind of like, I didn't even know this person was Italian. Like, that's crazy. Like, the one time you're going to embrace it is like during the World Cup. It's interesting, but I don't know. I think maybe you can kind of see this air with, especially with the first round. There's like a big air of like we got here. Like, we don't have to work that hard now. Like, we got here. That's a win in and of itself. And I don't know, like, when I saw the Mexico-South Africa game, that's the actual one I watched all the way through. To me, it kind of just seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed like, I don't know if you saw that game.
yeah.
You saw that game. Did you see the part where it was a one-on-one with the two guys from each team, and the guy got, I don't know what it's called, like red flagged?
Oh yeah.
Or red carded or something, and the guy fell like way after.
Yeah.
And then he didn't even, like, he jumped over the guy's leg, and then he like was up, and then he fell.
Yeah.
And he got red carded for that, the guy from Mexico. So I don't know. I feel like they do that just to be like, whoo. But then they were like, no, because like his hand touched the back. I'm like, yeah, because he was unstable. Like you're gonna like naturally grab onto something, but it didn't seem like an aggressive like come here, you know what I mean? Like some of the guys, I don't know. I don't know. This stuff is like, that's why I don't watch American football, because like I get too crazy.
Yeah, the U.S. is actually doing really good. Like it's surprising. Well, it's not surprising, because like I realized I started like investing in soccer. But yeah, the U.S. is like, I think the U.S. will most likely go further than Mexico, because like they beat England.
They have a very strong team.
Yeah, they have a really strong team.
They have a very
like,
strong team.
It's because England beat Croatia 4-2, and I'm not saying Croatia is like the best team, but Croatia did get to, I think, the finals with France a couple World Cups back. So like it does say that like England is pretty strong, has been pretty strong. I mean, it's one of the best teams as well. I think they have like 1 or 2 World Cups won.
Okay.
So the fact that like the U.S. beat them last time really says something. And fuck, I forgot. Well, either way, Mexico is
well, as our like resident politician kind of expert,
right,
politics expert, what have you seen as like been the effect of the World Cup on the global scale? Because like this isn't really politics, but for example, I don't know if you saw the thing in, I think it was here, where they were getting ready to host the one of the games for the World Cup, and they were like literally boarding up the like bad looking houses from like the main streets.
Oh shit, yeah.
So that like you couldn't see that.
Yeah, so Monterrey has like a really big issue with, Well, Mexico has an overall issue with like its projection towards the world, and in this city in Monterrey, it's like it became very evident. So basically, what had happened, and I think politologist is the right word. I studied international relations for those that don't know, and like I like doing social sciences and reading the news. But basically, what happened was that as the date of entry from like multiple countries was coming, the government in Monterrey decided to set up walls around poor neighborhoods that may cross highways and main streets and main roads, so that people from outside couldn't see poverty, to make it invisible, which is really problematic for multiple reasons. One, it's it's very degrading towards people who are living in a poorer situation. Low income people, like they're treated kind of like they're trash,
like unforeseeable is like
like it's like putting trash underneath your bed, and it's like they're not trash, they're human beings. And secondly, it says shit, I my thoughts right now, it's because of the Pepsi, it's too much sugar.
I'm like, okay, like this is a great time to like insert like a politics question.
This is why I'm like so chill right now, because like of the fucking Pepsi, like the ad from with like, I think it's Kylie Jenner, where it's like, why protest when you have Pepsi,
Yeah, exactly. Your brain just went down. But like, have you seen something similar in other countries, or why Mexico specifically?
Well, Mexico like has a history of doing that. Like when it was the World Cup at 86, like 1986, there was a huge earthquake. Also in 86, and like it was disastrous. Like so many people died, a lot of the infrastructure was destroyed, and basically like there's like, they even made a movie about it, but basically like the guy that represented Mexico for FIFA was like, oh no guys, don't worry, like we shouldn't move the World Cup elsewhere to the US. We should, you guys should have it here, because like citizens are helping each other out. Like we really want this World Cup here. Like I think it would be a shame. It would discourage us to fix the city. And then like it's funny because like the guy even said it, like, yeah, we just got like a bunch of random citizens and offered them like tortas, like 5 peso tortas for them to go to the stadium, where they would take the representative of FIFA to be like, see, all these Mexicans in this stadium want to watch the World Cup and they love you. And like, you know what I mean? Where it's like giving this twisted impression of what the country is. The other part that I wanted to mention about the walls, the second point, which I just remembered, was security. When you wall up, low income residencies, you're basically also allowing there to be more crime, because then they're behind walls. They're committing crimes behind those walls. They're being shielded and protected by those walls to commit crimes. Like you make darker street areas, because now the lights from the highways are no longer covering certain regions, certain households, and they're more prone to crime rates, and it's really unfortunate.
So it seems like Mexico has like a lot of pride, but like a false sense of pride. Like they have a false idea of what they're proud of, instead of just fixing the actual roots. Like just like, as you said, like during the earthquake, you got like a bunch of people like, why? Like we still need to have it here. Look at all these people, they want it here.
Yeah.
Like welcome to our beautiful country, but it's like.
Yeah, but like we do that a lot. We just like put everything under the rug. Like,
I don't know. That seemed to me just so disrespectful. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, like really?
Yeah, and we don't even
There's
have
poverty everywhere. There's like poor looking neighborhoods everywhere. Like walling it up is just.
It's very,
show people what poverty looks like. There needs to be, you're like preventing there being awareness of like, this is what the situation is.
Yeah, and I find it really ironic though, because like low-key, the poverty that we experience here in Mexico also exists in other countries,
of course,
that are also going to be participating. Like Mexican poverty is also similar to like the poverty in Tunisia or Haiti or Brazil or Colombia. You know, like all not every country that's going to go to the World Cup is it's totally rich. There's always going to be like poverty regions. So like the fact that you're hiding it kind of like it makes it look even worse because then that just you're blatantly like being classist.
For sure.
And also like another thing that like we haven't talked about or like, you know, there was this whole thing that we're making like 2 subway lines or well not subway because they're not underground.
Like metro.
Yeah, we're making 2 metro lines. We haven't even finished like one of them.
Yeah.
And it looks really bad for our state because it's just like we have an unfinished metro. All the low income households are basically being walled off from highways and routes and streets. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It's a shame.
It really is. It's really sad. I mean, it's such an honor, I guess, to have. I don't care much about sports, but I guess it is such an honor to be able to be one of the hosting cities or countries, I guess. But you should take that as an opportunity or as an incentive to actually build up your communities and, you know, but just fix things.
Yeah. It's like okay.
Be like Mexico came together for the World Cup as a community and built this strong, you know, safe neighborhoods that were previously not the best neighborhoods. Like that would be a beautiful story to show.
But instead they hide it. Kind of, it's like if suddenly they just grabbed all the zombies from Philadelphia and just like put them away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely has a sort of like, don't look at them kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like,
don't pay attention to that.
Fucking fix the problem. Like, you know, improve, you know, Medicare and all of these things. Like the solutions are there. But governments are focused more on like, oh, how much is this going to cost me when their job is literally spending their money on the people, like spending, you know, like their income taxes on improving people's lives.
For sure.
And so it's like, yeah, it kind of is your job to pay for this. Like your position is actually to like afford this.
And the money used to put up walls.
Yeah, should be
and take them down should be.
Yeah, to like put more like lights on the streets, or maybe even like paint some households. I don't know. They could have just done so much more.
Yeah,
than put a wall.
There's so many simpler,
just better
solutions.
But it's too expensive. Actually, the governor is being put on trial because there's like this money laundering scheme that he's doing, where like he's sending government money to like one of his, I think his father's companies for like snacks. Like, let's say like, oh, we need like snacks to like give around the city. Because I think because of the World Cup thing, like, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna give an example because I didn't read too much into it. But there's been like multiple cases, and one of them actually was to build a reservoir that we have, a dam. Was it a reservoir or a dam? Because like a reservoir is like collecting rainwater, right?
Yeah, a dam is just like you're stopping
a river,
an already existing thing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So a reservoir. So we have like in Montreal we have really big reservoirs, and basically the reservoir, the construction team was owned by his father's company. So let's say like if the reservoir costed, I don't know, $200,000.
Okay.
Suddenly like they were like, oh, we actually like are paying $500,000 because that's what it cost. But maybe like the real cost was way less, but they just like raised the price so that like the surplus can like be sent back to him.
For sure. Okay.
So yeah, that's one thing.
Well, when is there ever not a corrupt politician? You know?
Wow. What's a way?
Like, that's like, I feel like if you're a politician, you're not corrupt. That's like rare.
Oh yeah, and you know you might just end up missing. Oh.
All right, what do you got for us today?
Well, I'm looking for a quote because I'm currently reading a book by Ryan Holiday called "The Obstacle Is the Way," and it's basically about stoicism. It's basically how to deal with life differently. seeing things as they are, being objective, and also recognizing what you do have, what you don't have, putting away your feelings and being like, what can I do to change my situation? What can't I do? And like, you know, sure, I can feel emotions, but don't let my actions be guided by them. All right, so there's one by F. Scott Fitzgerald, aka the writer from The Gatsby, if I recall correctly.
The Great Gatsby.
Genius is the ability to put into effect what is in your mind. There's no other definition of it. What do you think?
Read it again.
Wow. So profound that I couldn't, yeah.
Read it
fully.
like line by line and then let me dissect.
Genius is the ability to put into effect what is in your mind.
So you already have the information, and they're saying genius is the ability to use the information you have to do actionable things.
Yeah, when you have it visualized, yeah.
Okay.
There's no other definition of it.
Okay. So you can have knowledge and you can have quote unquote intelligence, but the genius is being able to see what you do with it and how you, I don't even know. You guys can tell I don't read.
Yeah.
What is your take on it? Maybe that's a better question.
Like, genius is being able to visualize a path, you know, like seeing what your options are, visualizing that path and taking action to follow the steps to reach it. It has a lot to do with neuro-linguistic programming, which is a book that I read, Introduction to Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is by John Seymour, I think. But yeah, it's basically like visualizing, you know, knowing what works, what doesn't work. And yeah, like, you know, in neuro-linguistic NLP, I was going to start calling it that. They say that for you to reach success, you need three main people. You need the dreamer, which is the big ideas person, right? In your head. You need the realist, which is basically, you know, how to realistically attain those goals. And then the critic. Now, the critic is just supposed to be like, what happens if this doesn't work?
Okay.
You know, but not like
a pessimist, but like a...
But like, yeah, like, let's say like, oh, I want like a Honda Civic.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah. Like, let's say like I want a Honda Civic and I live like in the middle of the desert, right? Where it's like, I want a Honda Civic. It's like, okay, how do I get it? Well, I earn money and I have to buy it. Yeah. And it's like, okay, but...
Or you could steal it.
Yeah, or I could steal it. And it's like, okay, but like, what if there's no Honda Civics near you? Okay, well then...
That would be the critic.
Yeah,
okay.
Like where it's like, what if this or what if that? But it's not supposed to dissuade you. It's not supposed to like put you down, but rather give you alternatives in case something else happens so you can prepare for the future.
Okay.
So, you know, F. Scott Fitzgerald is saying, you know, like genius is being able to... Fuck, I forgot the quote.
Wow.
Hey, listen, here we go. Genius is the ability to put into effect what is in your mind. There's no other definition of it. It's basically using those three characters into action and being able to reach your goals. That's really what it is. Neuro-linguistic programming, fantastic stuff. There's other stuff too, like neuroscience. There's this author that I also read. Her name is Marianne Rojas Estapé. She has a book that I recently read about neuroscience in addiction and dopamine, which is called Recover Your Mind, Reconquer Your Life. I definitely recommend it. I think they have an English version. Man, I shouldn't have drank so much Pepsi. Like,
you're gassy.
Yeah, I'm gassed out. Are you gonna finish that? I'm kidding.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna finish it. I'm like.
You're all the way here.
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, I definitely recommend people look into it. The Obstacle is the Way. I'll be honest, I haven't finished it yet. I'm on part 2, which is action. The first part is basically just like it's perception. Basically like seeing things. Like it's like analyzing your current situation. The environment around you, what you have, what you don't have, seeing things as they are. They actually said in one chapter, or not one chapter, but one page, it says, you know, when you remove the luxury to objects, they kind of become stupid. Like an expensive steak, like an expensive Wagyu steak, which is like considered top prime everything. It sounds less luxurious if you're like, it's a dead animal. It's just a cooked dead animal.
Yeah.
Versus, or like, you know, a pearl necklace. It's just a bunch of like, you know, dirt that got into a clam's mouth.
Yeah.
And got wrapped around a chemical. You know, and it's like, I like it too, because like I tend to try to be as least materialistic as I can be. And it's good because like it kind of teaches you like, hey, like don't, you know, in this book as well as in Mariano Rojas de Cepes, Reconquer Your what is it? Recover Your Mind, Reconquer Your Life.
I have no idea.
Just me saying the fucking title each time. But it's like, yeah, like we are persuaded by, you know, worldly desires and worldly material
For sure.
things. And like I think it's very important to kind of like be able to remove ourselves from that, because at the end of the day, you know, like what goals we have in mind shouldn't be based off of material worldly things, but rather what makes us happiest.
Yeah.
In a spiritual sense.
Yeah. And my reading recommendation of the week is Captain Underpants, because that is the level where I am at.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mentally.
Dude, Captain, oh my god, there's like this Japanese singer, like, I don't know if you've ever heard him, but it's like A, B, C, D, no, it's oops, I farted, oops, I burped it, oops, I farted, oops, I...
You think
like
that's something I would know.
He like would sing it in Japanese too. It's like, calling Captain Underpants, calling Captain Underpants, calling Captain Underpants.
So I was joking, but...
That's like a thing. Like, they had like a CD. I genuinely thought like that he was like a big star. But he was just like some like ramen shop owner.
Wow.
That just like went ham. And I think he became viral at some point. I think he died. Rest in peace.
Wow. Well, on that note...
On that note, we're going to finish. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Episode 2 of the Mansplained podcast.
Is it episode 2 or is it episode 20?
You'll
Who knows?
never know.
You'll never know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they'll never know because we're not wearing the same clothes this last episode.
All right. High five. We finished. Okay.